There is a huge glitch in college football 26. It is game breaking and it needs to be patched immediately. But unfortunately, we have no idea when EA is going to patch this or even if they will. So until then, I need to make you guys aware of it and show you how to counter it when you run up against somebody trying to do it against you. Because trust me, I already had somebody try it against me and it is a pain to deal with, but I did figure out a way to counter it. So basically what's going on right now is, there's these plays that have auto motion wheel routes. Like this play right here is very popular. It's in Oregon State's offensive playbook. And, these plays are already really good as is, but there's a glitch that makes them unstoppable. So it's pretty much known, like, you can't really play man against these because, they just get pretty easy separation. You can throw them very quickly. And if you guys see where you snap the ball, the defender is just nowhere near in the vicinity of the play. But I want you guys to pay very close attention to where the ball was snapped. The ball was snapped, and this is just doing it normally, about a yard or two past this outside receiver. This is the normal way to do it. This is good, but it is not the glitch, which makes it unstoppable. So what's happening now is, like, most people are saying, okay, they know, like, you can't really play man on that, so they go to zone, like some sort of cover four specifically, and, typically that does the trick in slowing this down, because, again, you can see where the ball snapped. Like, we can't really just throw that quickly, so then we got to just take our checkdowns. Now, this is where the glitch comes into play, because people have basically figured out a glitch that allows them to snap the ball at a point where the receiver is so far out, he cannot be guarded by any player, whether it's man or zone. What people are basically doing is quieting the crowd. Once the auto motion player passes that tackle, they quiet the crowd, and now look at where that ball is snapped. That is literally unguardable. If you take a look at the replay, you'll see what I'm saying. You'll see that, and I know this sounds crazy, but look, before we were snapping the ball just basically a yard or two from Anderson, number one, but now when we snap the ball, look where the ball is. We're getting snapped and we're basically at the sideline. There's just nobody there. That's a free touchdown if I keep running against man or zone. Obviously, you could just take your defender and run over there, but then you're just leaving the middle of the field wide open, so that's no good. Now, the specific play you need to be aware of is gun, Y-off trio close, motion, mesh rail. Now, you can find this in several books. It's in Oregon State, and there are others from other formations. But the whole key here is they're going to do this to the wide side of the field. They're going to send the guy in auto motion to the wide side, so they have basically more space to the sideline to glitch you. Now, I'm going to show you the counter in a second. I'm not one of these clowns that post glitches for likes. Only reason why I'm posting this is so you can be aware of it and know the counter when it happens to you, so you don't lose to a glitcher. The whole thing here is when you send the guy in auto motion and you quiet the crowd, you see that basically the quarterback gets locked in an animation to where you cannot snap the ball, and that is how the player gets so far to the sideline. So how can we stop this glitch now that we're aware of it? Well, now that you know what the glitch is and how it's done, you should know when it's coming. If you ever see them come out in this formation with the auto motion wheel route going to the wide side, you should know they're probably trying to glitch you. So there's a few things you can do against it. First of all, this is why EA should add baseline back into the game, because then this would no longer be possible. There is a workaround for baseline I'll show you in a second. Real quick, guys, if you want to dominate college football 26 and win more games, sign up for my VIP membership on sportsgamerz.com. You'll get access to all my premium content for the entire year, including all my offensive and defensive ebooks, weekly tip updates, and more. I'm running a limited time sale on my yearly membership where you get 7 months for free and 6 bonus ebooks. Over 99% of our members say that they win more games with our tips. Click the link in the description of this video and start winning more games now. But it's not the best. The easiest thing I think to do is just to move this outside corner all the way over here on the wide side. So if they do send that guy in the glitch, wheel route, he's not going to get open. We'll have him there waiting. You do need to be aware of the other routes people like to do on this play. Most people like to do like a seam streak and then a backside drag post. So you could move this safety up so they can't throw that seam streak. What I like to do is in the cover 4, shade underneath to get hard flats and then use the hook zone. That way I can use the hook zone to stop the post or whatever. the hard flats can stop like the drag routes. So what you'll see is now if they try to do the auto motion, and I'll just have to, I guess I was sitting at the line too long. If they try to do the auto motion with this setup, it's not going to be open, and I'll show that now. It really does a great job. And then you can just user the middle of the field. So we're just going to shade underneath, move this guy out here, move this guy down, get on the hook zone. Got to be quick with it though. So I'm going to snap the ball, I'm going to do the glitch, and you guys will notice that this is defended. Like they're not going to be open to throw this. So if we just try to snap throw this, you guys can see we're right there. And that is actually an interception. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking that you probably could just play man coverage if you kept the safeties over the top against this, but believe it or not, I would not recommend that. So we're going to come out and cover 2-man right here, safeties over the top, and you'll see exactly why this is not a good idea. So yes, you would think with the safeties over the top, you're a little bit safer now. The problem becomes that with this play, when we do the glitch, half the time the guy, he just is not going to be in position. Like you see how he stops, and now we're just wide open. So cover 2-man is not going to be good. So a trick that I found, if you want to play man coverage on the guy running the auto motion route and just have really good defense overall, this is one of the best ways to shut it down, is come out in a cover 4 from dime and just simply man up the slot corner that's in the flat on the opposite side of the screen on the guy running the auto motion. So if I know the auto motion is coming to this side, I can take this slot corner in the flat and actually man him up across the field to that circle receiver and slide him out. So now once he comes in auto motion, this guy is waiting and I can just defend over the middle of the field myself. This actually allows me to have man coverage on this guy without needing to call man-to-man. Because if you have guys running man-to-man across the field, half the time they just don't get out there. They stop and they're giving up wide open touchdowns. So you'll notice the difference here. If I try to go ahead, snap the ball and quiet the crowd, you will see this is not going to work. I'm going to have somebody sitting right there. I'm quieting the crowd. I'm going to chuck the ball and oops, he's manned up. There's a workaround that allows you to base the line. All you really need to do is go into your coaching adjustments and set your defensive motion response to disabled. Now you can come out in your cover 4 defense, and once you break the huddle, as soon as you break the huddle, flip your play. When you flip your play, you'll notice these corners are now spread out. And you can still move them a hair, but you're pretty much good. And now you can just do your adjustments, play over the middle, and you no longer have to worry about this. I would just move the safeties down in the box, but this takes the glitch away. They can't do it anymore. Now, you guys could let me know what you think in the comments, but this is exactly why I believe baseline needs to be in the game. If baseline was in the game, we wouldn't have all these stupid little glitches. This is one of the worst ones, but there's other formations and plays that just take advantage of no baseline being in the game. And I kind of just think it's kind of, just a bad decision to take it out, right? It just makes gimmicky offenses like this a thing. With baseline, they just wouldn't exist. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hope this video helps you out so you don't get glitched. Make sure you leave a like, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until next time, it's your boy Duke, and I'm out of here.